I'm a believer that we all have a destiny, but we are provided with different paths. So I think what people tend to overthink is that, oh, which is the right path? There's no right path. Actually, there can be 10 right paths.
Yeah, that's something actually I really like, and I realize it's not so common in the space, is that you are very open to say that feel free to go and invest in other programs because I'm not the best at everything. Because what I see from some course trainers, sometimes they'll be like, my way is the way, and if you just take it, you get to achieve like whatever you want. And like, at least that's from what I see.
I feel that is maybe a form of insecurity.
Insecurity,
Maybe, I don't know, because I think it's ultimately how you see the world. Is your worldview, right? Because if you live in a world of scarcity, right, you feel that if your student buy other program, they won't buy your program, or they should have spent the money with you. But the truth is that people have all kinds of options. If I buy I buy book A, doesn't mean I won't buy book B, right? In fact, how many books do you have at home?
A lot.
A ton of it, right? So I always feel that like there are two ways to do a business. The first way is I'm an author, you're an author, right? I have 10,000 readers, you have 10,000 readers, let's say, right? And the traditional way of people doing business, the scarcity way, is that I'm going to go on Amazon and write bad reviews about your book, so that hopefully some of your readers will come to mine, right? And then we go under this attacking each other. For what? The idea is that my 10,000 followers can have more than 2 books. Your 10,000 followers can have more than 2 books. What if I read your book and I say, and I tell the 10,000 followers that's following me and say that there are some ideas here that is good for you guys. And because I do that, you may do the same for me. So what happens now? Your 10,000 followers may buy my book. My 10,000 followers may buy your book. Now we both have 20,000 followers. Everyone wins, right? I think it's the same for programs because there is no, especially knowledge, right? If you're selling a program, you're selling education, you're selling knowledge. There is no scarcity of knowledge. There's none. There's no scarcity of knowledge. Information is everywhere. Right?
Once someone learns it, as in it doesn't deprive someone else from learning it, for sure.
So I mean, for sure, like if someone else has a better program, go for it. I would go for it. Right? I don't have all the answers. So if someone tell you that they have all the answers, then I think there's something I think there's a big red flag about it, about a person.
So thanks for sharing. So I think like definitely mindset is a very key thing, right? And you actually point out a few parts on the mindset that's something to watch out for. Your intention when you go in, like are you actually applying or are you waiting for the easy way out? So these are things that are very important, right? So I have some like friends and audience, right, members that when they attend the course, they're like, oh, I'm going to work very hard, I'm going to do what it takes. But over time, that desire falls off, that mindset falls off, right? So what might be some of like tips or advice for this group of people that they do have that mindset, they want to do something to change their lives, but somehow it fell off one way or the other?
Change your environment.
Absolutely.
It's pretty straightforward. I truly believe that, again, like mindset, right? The environment is one of the most underrated key of success. You see, when you go to a program, you're in a different experience, you're in a different environment. There are people beside you who are business owners, who have the right mindset, who is motivated, and you are hanging around them, right? And energy, in a way, energy rubs off, right? If I spend time with someone who is high energy level, the energy will rub off on me, right? I spend some time with people who are positive, their energy level will rub off on me. Their positive energy will rub off on me. So I think the reason why people have a yo-yo lifestyle, they go to event, it's like going to a summit, right? A mountain. And then, when they go back home, they go back down to the valley. And most of the time it's because they go back to the same group of people that they used to hang out with. Right? The same group of people who are not motivated, the same group of people who are maybe toxic people, who shut you down your dreams, who tell you things like, don't daydream, please just be realistic. Come on, just work a job. Why do you want to do all this kind of stuff? You let all these naysayers, toxic people affect you. And I don't care how strong you think you are. I don't care how strong will you think you are, right? I believe willpower is limited.
For sure. And that's why environment is...
Exactly. If you constantly have people nagging at you, right, you're going to eventually give in, right? And I feel that that's one of the reasons why, people motivated, they go to a program, I want to do something, and then they die down after a while. They're not hanging out with the right people.
So when you talk about environment, right, I always like to share with my friends, my audience, that it's not even just about the physical people you hang out with,
Yeah.
right? So I always say that because a lot of us spend time on social media and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
It's actually about the digital environment that you surround yourself with.
Yes.
Who are you following? Who are the Facebook pages
Yeah.
you like? Your Instagram channels, the
Yeah.
YouTube channels and
Yeah.
all. So, and when you keep surrounding yourself, not just in the physical people, right? When
Yeah.
you just surround yourself with like a lot of positivity, people who does business, that are
Yeah.
successful, right? You're going to be way more likely to have a lot more desire,
Yeah.
and all, which I felt that worked for me in that sense. When I
Yeah.
started following, adding friends that I wanted to emulate and wanted to
Exactly.
follow
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
What would be some of your advice for these people that are just starting out? Like maybe your top 2 or 3 pieces of advice for these people that are just about to start out. They are still a bit afraid, but they are willing to do whatever it takes, but they're still a bit unsure of what to go about, how to go about doing it.
How to go about doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I made a post about this before, somewhere a few months ago on my Facebook.
Yep.
I talk about this thing called don't follow your passion, follow your efforts. I think when you're unsure, once again, because it's a faith-based game, right?
Yeah.
You need to take the first step, and it doesn't matter which step.
Yeah.
I'm a believer that when we have different, we all have a destiny,
Yeah.
but we all have we are provided with different paths. I believe that God is abundant,
Okay.
and therefore He has blessed us with many different paths to lead to our destiny.
Yeah.
So I think what people tend to overthink is that, oh, which is the right path? There's no right path. Actually, there can be 10 right paths. You know, I think today I could go into real estate.
Yeah.
I'll probably do well in there. You know, I can go any kind of sales job. I'll probably do well in there, right? But it's just that I decided to choose marketing.
Yeah.
Right. So I realized that, and I started out as a magician. I was doing very well in that as well.
Yeah.
That was a performer, right? I was an entertainer, and I was doing well in that. So I'm not saying that I'm very good. I'm just saying that, you know, I accept the fact that I could have many paths.
Yeah.
So pick one skill. Just decide one skill, right? Like, okay, if they want to start a business, then what kind of business do you want to start, right? Social media, agency, I don't know what kind of business are there nowadays. I'm so much in marketing that, you know, maybe e-commerce business, right? Or they want to start a brick and mortar business.
Yeah.
Just choose one. Pick one and work with it for at least 2 years. It's so hard to give a timeline nowadays, you know, because I know the world changes so fast. But I would say work on that for 1 or 2 years, whether you like it or not.
My last question, right, for you today is, for example, like with all you have done so far, imagine all of them is gone, right? Like you lost your resources, your networks, your money, and you are then brought to a whole new city that you don't know anyone as well.
Yeah.
So let's say, right, just for a quick challenge, right, like even your so-called whatever marketing knowledge and all is gone. So if you had to start from scratch, from day 0, right, and in the next 30 days, what will you do to not only bounce back, right, to where you are today, but to go even higher and way beyond that? Yeah.
You mean I lose all my skills?
Yeah, I think that's an additional challenge just especially for you.
If I lose all my skills?
Yeah, like to restart in terms of picking up a new skill and whatnot, yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think I would still, if I were to lose every skills I have, I would still go back to learn sales. I think the first thing I would do is to join a sales job.
Okay.
Some kind of, I wouldn't say job, but like
a role, sales role.
Yeah, a sales position, or you know, join real estate, insurance, or whatever. Something to do with sales. That is self-employed. I like self-employed because I feel that sometimes having, a salary keeps you comfortable. So that's the reason why I don't like work. I've never worked a job in my life. So, but I'll pick a self-employed job that can teach me sales. I think even after all the bad things that happened to me over my first 7 years in sales and entrepreneurship, I am in a way still very grateful for the sales experience I had. And I think because of that, it helped me in many areas. I think ultimately sales and communication is still the most important skills for everything. I mean, even if you're not selling, if you want to convince your wife to marry you, you know, your girlfriend to marry you, right? It's sales, right? So I think that will be the number one skill. I will go back and learn that. and I will get very good at it again before I start anything else.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
really, like, I mean, sales, like, a lot of people are sharing that if there's one thing, one skill you need to master, if, not even for entrepreneurship, I would say, like, even for, like, if you're working in a managerial role and whatnot,
Yeah.
sales is still the most important skills that you can
Communication,
have.
influence.
Communication.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So thank you so much for the wonderful interview, right? Like, I learned so much myself. I learned a bit more about your story. So where can my audience find you? Gonna find out more about what you do?